like a bullet train. Like a bullet train.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Herbal Assault from the Platinum Hunterz, bringing you guys a collectibles guide for Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, and we're going to be collecting all 54 gnomes. And the first one is inside the garage on the plant side. The first 14 are in the battlefield. The second one is in the citrus area. Taking fact, you do need to actually play the like somewhat campaign in order to unlock some of these areas and stuff. And fairly easy in the order that I get them. So all you gotta do is follow the video. Third one is in the cornfield area, or the new corn. There's a gnome inside all the new characters area, so one gnome for every area. So once you head back here, fairly easy. I didn't want to actually show how to walk to these places because you pretty much played the game. You should know where all these places are at. And the third one is in the rose area. And take in fact, some of them you will have to hit a switch in order to get. And there's the switch to the right, and then the gnome pops out. Alright, moving on. After that one is, you're going to want to get down to the football soccer field thing. I never actually really paid attention if it's a football or soccer field. I never really paid attention to the ends. But anyways, once you get to this area, you're going to want to jump back here. And it's easier doing it as a P. There's the gnome up there. So all you want to do is turn on like his little hyperspeed, then jump, and you should be able to get it. Next one is not that far from there. A bit off to the left, you'll see this building that has the little leaf sign. So what you want to do is just, I have hyperspeed on at the moment. Just drop down here, and it's inside the drain pipe. Moving on to the next one. The next one, you're actually going to have to either use the soldier for his jetpack or Citron for his boost, but you want to stop in this little thing in the sewer, turn to the right, and do his little quick little turbo thing, and you should be able to get to that side and get the little gnome. Moving on. Doop, 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 doop. Next one is still in the sewers. Instead of going out to the left on the second entrance where you can come in from, just keep heading down, and to the right you'll see a door, and there's like a little gnome right there hiding. Alright, these next couple of ones, you'll be a zombie because it's in the zombie area. It's right next to the entrance and stuff. Just go off to the left of the building. You should be able to get that one. Next one after that, you're going to want to drop down into this portal thing. Once you drop down, turn around, and it's to the top up there. So try to get over there. You're going to need him for his little power boost jump thing. And me trying to get up there. Got it. Alright, these next couple of ones, I'll do them all in one go because it's pretty much exactly like the zombie side. I mean the plant side. One is in each portal. So we'll just try to do this as fast as we can because we still got quite a bit of them to collect. And once you get inside the little pirates area, go into his little bedroom and stuff, and it's on the bookshelf. Then you just head on out and head on to the next teleporter. Once you get out of here in 3, 2, 1. Then after that, inside the imp's little room, I made it a little bit confusing because he's spinning around, spinning around, spinning around, spinning around. There he is. And you head out of there. Next one after that is to the right in the last portal. And he is behind the statue. So you're going to want to just run up here. And I kind of get stuck. Why am I moving? There I go, I'm moving. And there he is. Alright, moving on. You're going to want to change back into the plants and go down to the final area that you unlocked after you do the 3 portals and stuff. And there's going to be another switch you hit, and you should be able to get this one. Should pop up right in front of you. Alright, these next couple of ones, you're going to actually want to put it on Team Vanquish and solo play. And there's 2 gnomes for every map, so this is Zen Peak. Once you find this waterfall, all you want to do is just drop down, and I kind of had my friend join me. You drop down and there's the gnome. And the second one in this map is on the far left side of the actual map and stuff. He's up on top of a cliff, and here we are looking for him, and we end up finding him. You'll know where he's at. He's up here. It's the highest point of the map that you can go to. Opposite side of the waterfall, on it would be the top right side if you're looking from the waterfall up. Alright, next map is the Sandy Sands. And when you do this in solo play, you're going to want to turn on low gravity. It makes things a lot easier. That way you don't have to wait for stuff to charge up. But it's inside that vase or vase. Next one after that. Same map, Sandy Sands. You're going to want to get to the little water ravine river thing. And there's going to be a switch that you have to hit, which is up there. Once you hit that, the gnome should come on a little boat right towards you in a little cage thing. There he is. And what you want to do is make sure you don't fall into the water, because they do despawn after a little bit. So, and we figured that out when my buddy Natho there jumped in to try and get one off a log. So we had to redo the map. Alright, that's both of them for the Sandy Sands. The next map is the Time Park. And you're going to want to go inside there and hit this switch, and there it is. From there on, the next one is right on that portal to the left, which is Egypt, and not that far off. It's just right inside this tunnel right here, and that should take care of that map. Next map is the factory, I believe, isn't it? Yeah, Z-Tech factory. If you spawn as a plant, it's going to be right when you go into the main middle area. It's going to be right to the right, so just follow where I go. And the next one right after that is to the left of that. You'll come to this little area where it's a cliff. There's a switch that you have to hit, and it should come down on a hot air balloon for you. And that takes care of that map. Remember, 2 gnomes per Team Vanquish map. And next map is Boney Islands. I'm using the eggs as a reference point, so once you get there, go off to the left. Some of these maps do get a little bit confusing, especially when we get further down into the rest of these gnomes. Once you hit that switch, the gnome should pop out. And right across from that, to the right of that, actually, to the right of the eggs, you'll come down to this area, which is like you'll see little dolphins, and the gnome is right behind that. And that takes care of that map. This is the Colosseum. So this is, if you spawn as a plant, it's going to be on your left side. And you're going to want to jump back here, find that little switch, and then it brings down this wall. And you can collect that one. And straight across from that gnome on the other side of the map, you'll see this other little cliff thing. I'm using that little red flag as a reference. But if you look in here under this statue, there he is. Alright, final, I think this is the final one. Frosty Creek on Team Vanquish. Just find that sign, and straight up in front of it, come to this red Jeep, and there it is right there. And straight from that one, on the sign, just go off to your right. There's a switch on the little frozen river or water, and you'll see the gnome just coming down on a log once you hit that switch. So we'll just wait for that to come down. And that's where my friend actually died. He actually fell in and he didn't get it, so we had to restart the map. Alright, next one is the Lunar Landing, I believe. Lunar Landing. This is in the center of the map. Just look for this red little drill rocket thing in the one of the little cave things. It's sticking out, stands out pretty good. And there's your gnome. And straight across from that to the right, you'll see these bookshelves if you keep heading down the map. And there's a switch on the top left. And there's your other little gnome right there, and that takes care of that map. Alright, for this next one, you're going to want to be playing Herbal Assault Somburbia map, and there's 5 of them on this map, and I'll tell you when to actually capture the location. But the first one is off. If you spawn as a plant, it's going to be off to your right. The next one, you'll have to capture the first capture point, and then move on to the left of it, and you'll come across a red house with a garage on it, which is this one right here. Go to the left of it and break the fence. There should be a switch right at the bottom right there, which lowers the door. Should be able to go into that. Alright, so from capturing, actually getting this gnome, you're going to move on to your next capture point, but do not actually capture it. You're going to want to move left of it, and you have 2 gnomes in this area. If you actually do capture that point, you won't be able to actually get one of them. So what you want to do is follow the way I'm going, which I went the wrong way. And the gnome is inside here. And then off to that capture point, which is right there. I actually had to record this twice. There's a little dock station right here, and your next gnome is right next to that. So now that you got this gnome, you're good to capture the actual capture zone. And that's what makes these maps a bit confusing. So right after you capture that, just follow straight to where I go, and you're going to have to break a wall in order to get your next one. And this would be your 4th one for this map. And then you're good to capture your next 2 zones. And then when you're moving on to the final area, you're gonna try and find this little hole where you have to actually drop down. When you do drop down, the switch is gonna be right in front of you. Somebody actually hit it, but it's already lit up. I end up shooting it right here. And that's your final gnome for this map. Alright, next map is actual game mode is Gardens and Graveyards, and the map is called Great White North. What you're going to want to do is capture your first location and then move straight ahead from that, and you'll come across those 2 cabins with these snowmen on the ground. Go to the right of that, you'll see a snowman that you're going to need to break in order to get your first gnome. After that, you'll be at your 2nd capture zone, and move to the right of that. Do not capture it, because then you'll not be able to get this, but you're going to want to break this wall, and there's your gnome inside that wall. Now you're good to capture that zone right at the bottom of the little hill that you walked up. Alright, now you're at your 3rd capture zone, and you actually have 2 gnomes in this area. One of them is under this little ice bridge thing, so you're going to want to break this wall. And the next one is right to the left of that. There's a switch that you actually have to hit. So you're going to walk down this little ice river. And to your left, that's the switch all the way over there. And he should just pop out right in front of you. Now you're good to capture that zone that you're currently at. Now when you make it to this part, there's actually two gnomes here, so you're going to want to get up to that top of that mountain, drop down, and get this little gnome. The only way to get out of here is to die, so you're going to want to kill yourself. And then starting off from that location at the pretty much at the top again, this is a little bit to the right from where I showed you the last one. There's a switch over here that you got to shoot, and the gnome actually appears on top of this little stone mountain thing. It's kind of hard to get it with the soldier, so that's why I say you might want to put on low gravity to make it a bit easier for yourself. Next map is back on Herbal Assault, and this is the moon base. This is right at the beginning as a plant, so you're going to want, right when you start, go a little bit up, and this is before your first capture zone. There'll be a switch that you can hit, and it drops down a little meteor with your little gnome. After you capture your first zone, you're going to want to move into this area, and to the left there's a switch right there, and the gnome pops out on top. There you go. So you're good to capture the next zone. Once you capture the next one, go off to the left before you get to the next zone after that, and there's going to be that giant machine. You just want to drop down right here to the right, And then you're good to drop down through this area, and the gnome is actually all the way on the other side of the giant drill and behind the capture zone inside this little barrel thing. Now from here, there's actually 2 in this area, so don't capture this area yet. From that last one, you're pretty much going to want to find your way back to that drill. Go down to the bottom, and there's actually a place that you can drop down. If you look down, there's like light down there, little rocks of light. So you come down here, and I was actually doing this with a friend, so it gets kind of boring doing these collectibles on your own. So, and he needed it as well, so why not? Had a couple of good laughs. So right here we're looking for the switch, and it's right in front of me, and I see it. There it is. So that breaks down that wall, and your gnome's gonna be further down this little corridor to the left, I believe. Yep, there he is. Alright, continuing down on the moon base. This is on the final capture zone, all the way on the far side of the map. All you have to do is jump up to the left from those pipes, and you should be able to get it. Moving on to the Seeds of Time, and this is where you're going to get your final ones, I believe. And right, starting off as a zombie, just head off to the right. It's right there. Then you capture your first zone, and it's pretty much 1 gnome in every zone. And right here I was like, oh, you got to jump up here to get it. I couldn't jump up. Oh wait, maybe I can just go up the stairs. There it is. Alright, next one, you capture your next zone, capture zone, and then move on to your next one, which is the Asian part. And off to the left there's a roller coaster, and there's a switch right on top of this doorway that I'm trying to find. There it is, and the gnome should come down on a little cloud for you. Once we get that, moving on to the next one. This map was actually easy to actually navigate because there's one gnome, and actually there's 2 gnomes in this area, in the Coliseum area. So every time you get a gnome, you're good to capture the zone. But in this area, you actually have to get 2 gnomes. So you got to shoot that little thing at the bottom, and then the gnome pops out at the top. And from there to your left, where you got that last gnome, he's actually right here on that top ledge, and I couldn't jump up from there, so I actually had to use this in order to get it. And that takes care of that. And now for the last gnome, your final gnome, you're gonna actually want to capture your last zone and switch to plants, and then actually turn around as a plant, get in the cannon, and come to the far back end of the map, and your final gnome is right here. And after you capture or find all 54 gnomes, head down to your the gnome little chamber and stuff, and you actually get a reward. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys understood my guide and stuff. It's a little bit confusing. Collecting these collectibles in this game is a little bit confusing. But like always, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Laters, guys.